Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. If your mind is agitated, suffering and searching, just realize that there is something which is not a thing, which is always available, which is always here. It's like breathing. Breathing is not only having air like that, it's also being emptied with air. And still this goes on changing, this goes on moving. There is still something from where it comes, which is like an invisible pillar. Hold yourself, God, whatever name. So know that you are not bound to your mind, that you can always be freed, even if in the mind it looks like just a moment, just a split second. This is the limited way of this poor mind, who is limited, who will say so. If I'm not enough clear, if you are not enough clear, absolutely welcome to ask. Yes.
So, I need help.
Yeah.
Even I'm sitting at your feet since years, I still need it. And I would like to say it very shortly with a borrowed sentence from Nisargadatta. I need the ultimate medicine for this illness that I have.
The ultimate medicine is to hear that there was never a need of a medicine, because you are not only the mind.
I wish that it's don't stay at the level of my no.
No, but the medicine you have to swallow. Huh? You have to swallow what I said. The ultimate medicine is to suddenly be struck, understand that it was a total fantasy of the mind to search who you are or what is. So just now, be freed from your mind, from the tyranny of your mind. Is it not the tyranny of the mind, what you asked me?
Yes, I know.
Okay. And if you know what you will do, jump on another thought? It's not through the mind that you will feel freed from that surge. It's not through the mind. It's by not touching the mind. How? let it pass. Whatever rises is a thought, let it pass. Where are you when you see let it pass? Where are you? Don't try to figure it out, just be it. You are it. So you bind yourself by which concept?
That there is just a single thought. If I have just one person thought that seems to be released, it causes suffering, but I don't want to go there. It was so beautiful now with you.
Okay. With you. It was beautiful with you.
Just a question in space is, what can the mind serve for if we are not the mind?
To ask this question, to search for it, and to be quiet. Otherwise, you see the plants, they also don't touch the mind at times. But for some reason, it looks like they sleep. When you pass through this mind and the torments of search, it looks then when you keep quiet, when you don't touch the mind, you don't fall into any state. Strange enough.
So the mind can be useful for certain things as long as we don't attach to the mind?
You know, we are born. What is born? It's the mind and the body, looks like. So you are so used to be in the company of this mind and body, you even think you are a mind and a body. So for the life is one of the best tools if you use it well. But with this very strange, unique search of, for example, who am I? That subjective search, not no more an objective search that the mind offers all the time. Suddenly may offer that question, who am I? Or I don't know myself, or something of that kind. Or who is God? What's God? So there, the answer will be when the mind surrenders. And it cannot surrender by itself. It has to be probably struck, it has to be shaken to see that he has absolutely no power here to answer. So then only you see it's a manifestation of what I am. So.
So getting rid of the mind is freedom, ultimate freedom also.
To what?
Getting rid of the mind is ultimate
You
freedom.
will not get rid of the mind, you will get rid of the tyranny of the mind. There is no problem with the mind, actually. Yeah. Which gives, you see, the tyranny of the mind is gives the sense of separation, of unsatisfaction, and so on and so on. and makes you believe that it's real. So when you are freed from that spell, or from that spell, as a human being, I would say that to be freed from that spell will not be in the mind, you see. It's, I don't know where it is, but it happens. And after that, you are a being having the same life with moments of quietness, because you know what's the mind. So don't imagine that you will be a being freed from the mind. Hi.
Hi. Can you speak a little bit about motherhood?
I don't think I will speak about that. It's a natural instinct into the life. I have no recipe for the life.
Is everything we perceive illusion?
If
Is everything
yeah,
we perceive
yeah,
visually,
yeah,
emotionally,
yeah.
an illusion?
It goes on changing, isn't it? Everything goes on changing. You agree? Everything goes on changing. Do you agree? Your feelings,
Yes.
your experiences, even your ideas.
Yes.
Yes. So there is no much substance there, in fact. Yeah. So if you trust that, you see, you can be misled in many directions. We can still be misled in many directions, but if you know, and it's not about the knowledge, I have no other word, or realize, that all that is a manifestation. It's time and space, it's birth and death, it's played on. We can call it the unknown, whatever it is. But in reality, when I don't identify myself to be a human being, that's what I am.
Could you repeat just the last piece? That you don't define.
Yeah. In reality, if I don't identify it for just a moment as a human being, what's left is what I am. And all this manifestation comes from there, disappears there. It's of the same nature, in fact. You see, definition, descriptions, sense of separations, all that comes from the mind. Yes? Afterwards. Yes.
So when you speak, where does it come from?
I don't know.
Because you said
But at least it comes from not knowledge, well, from where it comes. It's not my problem.
because you said all descriptions, all what is said is from the mind,
Yes, yes.
and you are talking.
Yes, yes. I'm even quite talkative, yeah. Now I will ask you a question. So, but from, no, not from, to where it indicates, my talk in Satsang, where it indicates. Do you know that?
Indicates, can somebody translate me?
What does it
Where it points,
Yeah.
yeah. Where? What?
To that. Yeah, you said me that I should not describe it, so I don't.
Yeah, because you were liking to describe it, so just for a moment, don't describe it.
Oh.
Where are you left? I think this is a great description. Do you want to help? Just pass.
When you say separation is coming from the mind, is a sense of connectedness also coming from the mind?
Yes. It's the opposite. It's an experience which is opposite to separation. It's like oneness, connection. All mind. Yeah. It comes and goes. And don't try to repeat what it appears, because whatever appears goes on changing too. So now you have to ask yourself, what do I really want? What's my demand actually? How you would formulate what you really want to experience, to realize this life as something essential. Because in Satsang, I indicate, I don't even can indicate, but at least, yes, I can indicate what it is not. So it is not only confined in the mind, as we think. Yeah, you just...
When you said it's not confined only in the mind as we think, so it's also confined elsewhere, as in vision, maybe, or physical.
That's what we
objects.
do, that's why we search also. It's because of all that one searches. But actually, what do we search? According to the demand, I would say, it will be different answers. But if you search, who am I, or what is the origin of things, this kind of search, then you will not find the answer of what comes after what it is. What you are is already here, that your mind knows it or not. And it doesn't even need to be known or not. So what was the question? Yeah.
So how do we not, what is the best tool to not have the struggle in knowing what?
That's what I say.
We are.
When you don't give, no, I want to be polite today.
Whichever way helps.
It will come, don't worry. We are women, I'm still kind. Are you aware that this is a question in your mind?
Yes.
Okay, so don't touch your mind. Just a moment, don't touch your mind. And keep quiet there, at least a split second. That may be the answer. It's not through the mind that you will get a permanent answer. Okay? Good. There is absolutely no permanency in time and space. Absolutely not. It's just ideas, concepts, utopias. You can ask.
Thank you. So, also, what we are, what we perceive, what we think we are,
Yeah.
is not real.
It's in time.
Could you-
Looks real in time.
Ah, yes. But it's not real.
I will not give you an answer to that. Otherwise, I give a new concept to you. It's when, you see, you will be quiet when you don't need to have an answer to your questions. Now, you cannot force it. You have to exhaust your questions. You have to be absolutely fed up and suddenly suddenly understand that, oh my God, yeah, I heard, is while not touching the mind. And so it's over then. But I absolutely encourage, if it is not your fact, to ask questions. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, you take that even though your voice is good. Yeah.
So my question is, what's the difference between speaking out from the heart and speaking out from the mind? Is there a connection? Is there a difference? Or is it
So
just
ask me,
a concept?
tell me, who is asking this question? What is the preoccupation of what?
I think my mind is asking
Yes,
that.
yes, your mind is asking the question. So now you can choose. You prefer your mind or you prefer to be quiet?
Okay.
There is no obligation now. Okay. I think the mind is a very good tool, even if it is also many times hopeless, but in the world. But you see about all those questions of who am I, God and origin and the source and the unknown, all this, it's not his affair.
And when I speak to somebody, it has to come from...
If there is somebody, there is mind. Sure. It's an appearance, no? Because I appear such, there is somebody else. It's because I wakes up as a woman, human being, whatever, that there is the other, there is the world.
And I create the world with my mind. That's why it's...
With the waking up of I thought, is the root.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, because even I know experientially this vast silence and this, that in real there's nobody there. Still in daily life, it's so untouchable. I can't live as that. I can't, I feel
Yeah,
that
yeah.
when I go in daily life, it comes from this I. and I would like to always live as that.
Don't worry, when you die, it will happen. No, you can offer yourself moments of it. It's enough.
Yet I know I can always come back to that in any moment.
But lucky you. What more do you want? Mind is
Mind
greedy.
always wants
The
more.
mind is greedy. It's not that you always go back, you can always go back. You are always there. You go rather visit the mind.
Yeah, and also my other doubt is that I used to meditate a lot, and then when this thing came to me, and I was also reading a lot of Papaji, and this was really effortlessly with me. But then when the mind gets strong and
Then you are fact. It's the law of it. Don't go in the butt. But why do you go to butt?
to where?
But you said.
But yeah. Yeah.
If you enter there, it will be relative knowledge, relative truths, and so. So you know it. What do you expect then? You know it. Do you expect something else from the mind?
Yeah, just yeah, I just my mind is always telling me that it's not enough, and
It's the mind. It's the mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Because he wants the big cake, which is permanency.
yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah.
I wonder, like, when we're in this struggle, so she's referring to, like,
She's no more in that.
yeah, we all have it, but is it then that this is where surrender comes in, where we surrender the
Yeah.
mind and just, okay, it's there,
Yeah.
and surrender.
What means surrender? Whatever your mind will say is the mind. Nothing valuable about this there. Good.
Yeah, so, somehow. So there's no word to express the gesture. The gesture, just let it.
The word surrendering is an indication. No? Because if you believe you had to surrender, You become somebody who surrendered, and I tell you, you will again rise with arrogance. So it's a way to say that the mind has been seen for what it is. That's all. And you keep quiet where you always are. I've seen around Papaji, it was wonderful, so many suddenly surrendered. But why they have to surrender? Because they believe they are not surrendered, they are arrogant. Isn't it a story in the mind? To be arrogant, to be whatever, and then suddenly to be nothing, to surrender? It's all in the mind. Actually, it's a movie. There is never such a thing.
So when I'm in a conflict with somebody, we have a fight or we have struggles together, this is mind-made, these fights, these struggles.
It's the life.
And so when I want to get out of this, I just be quiet.
I said I have no recipe for the life.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't mention keep quiet in that sense.
Because in many situations it started...
No, but I don't speak about situations. Situations are in the manifestation. And there is always something going on. Where there is two, there is always something going on. Or it's like this, or it's like this. Or it's like this. Those words are coming from my master, you see, to keep quiet. But he has rarely been understood. It's not, he didn't mention, even though there is absolutely nothing wrong to keep quiet in the mind. But he didn't mean that, he meant if I can say in words, and again it will be probably misunderstood, but don't touch the mind, don't bind yourself to the mind just for a split second. Because then you can realize that you are not only a mind. And everything is questioned and is swallowed and is in the mind. The life is the mind itself. And this doesn't need to be a repeated experience. It's just at once, and it's enough.
Can I ask something else? You? No?
Ah, sure.
Me again, sorry.
It's okay.
So where do all these emotions come? So there's the mind, but what about emotions? Is it also mind-based, mind-made?
For me, to make it simple, everything which appears is the mind. So emotion appears, no? Yeah. The creation is a creation, it's manifestation. You can describe it, even if you said, I cannot describe it, it's a good description, and so on. That's the mind.
So the only way to get out of the mind is to keep it under control?
You will never be out of your mind, it's also an idea. Just keep quiet, so don't touch, for example, for a split second, all those extremely essential questions. Looks like. Then where are you? Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I enjoy the silence, but also I have fun with my mind and enjoy this gift of creation to play with some questions. So I was just thinking when we were talking about nothing's permanent, but since I have been in touch with this concept of consciousness or emptiness, it seems that's something which is permanent.
And when you sleep, where is it when you sleep? When you make love? When you are taken by the mind, where is it? You are a liar. If you keep quiet, in not even knowing or naming what it is, if you don't make it a something, that's different. The concept of consciousness nowadays is a poison, as everything else taken for it. So, just don't be arrogant in making it a something. Otherwise, you see, and that's what we see also, there are some walking beings aware on legs, and they teach. Some heroes, you see, heroes in this movie. But they're in the movie, they will die also with their awareness. So, bas, enough of those spiritual ideas.
I can't help myself because there's fun in thinking about this stuff.
Then I'm happy you have fun. It's okay. If you are happy, if you have fun, I don't want to touch that, you see. Good. Generally, I speak for those who are quite disturbed. Then it makes sense, otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Then I asked you a practical question. When I meditate and in a very good state, I experience joy. But again, I heard or I read that you should also get rid of this joy.
No. Enjoy the joy, and when it's gone, enjoy it also. Otherwise, you see, there will be a suffering to always get that joy, and then you have to always meditate and whatnot, and so on. So just know it's a beautiful, blessed experience, and then after there is another experience. In that way, it's written in the Great Sutra. The Great Way is not difficult for those who do not have preferences. I mean, of course, a human being has preferences, but it means who do not believe that a preference is more real than another.
Basically, it's just not to attach to anything because there's nothing to be attached to.
I don't know that much. Don't be afraid of attachments too. There is a fear, you see, that you have to be as someone in a certain way to die or to be yourself or whatever. All those are considerations in the mind. They have no roots. They are just ideas. There is a beautiful Indian story of a yogi. He was living alone, but the last year of his life, he didn't know it was the last year, but a deer came and he started to feed him. And they say he had to be reborn because when he died, he thought, oh, my dear, who will take care of my deer? Attachment. Then what? Okay, it's beautiful to take care of the deer, the last thought. But he has seen that, in fact, it is a thought. So who cares to be attached or not? It is not somebody who will be free. It's just to have waken up a split second. It's a way to speak. That's all. There is no conditions. It is so free.
So it's just like no object, no subject. Fuckable.
I don't go, oh, fuck it. So what's the the time. Okay.
I just really experienced I don't have a physical mother or family or brothers, sisters, daughter. I don't have.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
You're beautiful
But
as
I
it
just
is.
experienced this now.
Yeah, but you don't stay in that thought. Let
No,
it
no.
pass.
Yes,
Very nice.
yes.
Very nice. So sure. All the world is yours. All the universe is yours. Open your eyes. Open. It's okay. Yes, but it's okay.
Yes, I know. Yeah, yeah.
You need some water? You need some water?
I have, thank you.
But this is gas. Let there be peace and love.